Hey guys, here's a quick look at another set of Revell Snap Tight Build and Play Lights and Sounds model kits. These two are from the Rogue One movie. This is the U-Wing fighter, I want to say. Yeah, it's the Rebel U-Wing. And this is the Imperial AT-ACT cargo hauler. Move this to the side real quick. See if I can zoom in here for you a little bit. Right. The kits, just like the others, run about the same cost. So $18, $19. You know, 20 after taxes, around about. Pretty interesting design. Not 100% on the extended universe ships. I do believe there was a U-Wing fighter. I just don't know. I don't think that was this. Personally, it looks like a V-Wing fighter to me, but you'll see in a second. We've got thrusters. It's actually a pretty big ship. Not as big as the Falcon, but there's some pretty big space inside. Enough for a crew and the robots, K2SO or whatever it was. It's got these landing struts. This is my only real. These are kind of cheesy. I don't know if that's how they looked. I'll have to watch the movie again and see. But the thing about this, the unique thing about this, although admittedly this right here, this profile, this design, let me zoom out a little bit because it gets bigger, is what its wing function. You know, it swings open, and somehow that makes it, I don't know, faster. I have no idea. There was no significance really mentioned, as far as I remember, in the movie about this design. I do like this profile. I like the way this ship looks. It's a Star Wars ship, and yet has almost like a Buck Rogers look, like old school Buck Rogers style 50s 40s, you know, design, you know, except for when you do this. That looks like a Y to me. Looking at it on the small screen here, it looks like a Y, but they already have a Y-wing fighter. So, I mean, I guess it could be a V. It actually looks like the top of the foreheads of the Gundams. They always have those wings on their foreheads. But yeah, that's the functionality of this kit / ship. And I honestly, I don't like this at all. This is actually very ugly. I don't see the practicality in it. I don't see the value in why they would do this. Whatever, I mean, it's their designs. I like it. It's still Star Wars-y enough, I guess, if I could say. You know what I'm saying? Like, some of the Star Wars ships, you're like, wow, what were they thinking? But then you start to look at it, you're like, you know, it's not bad. It's all right. It fits in the universe. So it fits in the universe, to me. You know, there's little nose guns there. There's pilots in there, actually. There's two people in there in the cockpit. They're really small, but they're in there. You got the wings, rear thrusters. It also has lights and sounds. I'll hit that in a second. It also shows on the bottom canopy. It's kind of cool that that lower canopy. It's kind of cool, interesting design. There's only 2 sounds and a green light for some reason. I don't know why they put a green light. Maybe the lasers, but whatever. But I like it like this. I think this is a cool design, just like this. You don't even need the wing function for it. But yeah, that's the U-wing fighter, or whatever it's called. Yeah, it's actually a U-wing fighter. So this must be like a heavy fighter. Although it wasn't used as much in the movie, but for fighting, I mean, mainly getting people to and from, which is whatever. It's cool, you know. It's got a cool look to it. Like I said, it's interesting design as it is. A little floppy on the wings. The model kit itself is, but it's like the others. It's got that tough, you know. This is kind of soft, rubbery, not rubbery, but like a softer plastic, so it's like more flexible. I didn't get the tie striker. And I don't know if they've released one in this set. I think it was this, the AT, ACT, and then the Star Destroyer, which I have those 3. But yeah, that's the U-wing. And here is the AT, ACT cargo hauler. So these were on Scarif. They were transported, I don't know, I guess they were taking these cargo containers somewhere, and then they just decided to get into the fight once the rebels came. Very, very close to the AT-ATs, almost in shape and design, identical. It has 3 toes instead of 4, but the leg mechanisms are almost identical to the, you know, AT-AT leg mechanisms from Empire and Jedi. The same moving mechanisms. The top, it's pretty much the same. The head is different. It's got different details on it. The side guns only. Now, I have one here. This guy right here. A little bent. My son was playing with it. He bent it a little bit, you know. So these guns are a little flimsy. They actually rotate up and down. You know, they're a little flimsy though. They're a little thin. They're made out of a rubbery kind of plastic, just like the U-wings wings. But you know, he bent it a little too much. Oh, I don't know if you can see the light inside the canopy. I think this is only 1 sound for this thing. Yeah, it's only got 1 sound, and the light is real small in the canopy. But you can see the details on the head is real. It's different than the AT-AT, but close enough. Like you can see the progression from this to an AT-AT, right? Or maybe these still existed during the time of the AT-AT, because this had a very specific function on the battlefield. The legs move as well, somewhat. You know, they're somewhat posable. Not 100%, but they do move. It'll stand up on its own. Very top heavy. I mean, the toes kind of help it from tipping over. I mean, it wiggles, but you know, it's not a bad kit. Again, you know, you see these in Scarif, and they don't seem to have the same impact as the AT-ATs, but I mean, you know, that was Empire, right? Like that was probably one of the most attractive things about Empire is the impact that those vehicles made when they came on the scene. You know, that whole sequence of stop motion. It just worked out really well. Kit was the same price as the others. They're all the same price when they hit the shelf, unless like the Star Destroyer, which was bigger and it's like $40. It was a pretty cool kit. Went together really easy, just like the others. You know, nothing too complicated. Honestly, my son's 8. He could build these no problem. You know, probably just by sight, knowing where everything goes. You know what I mean? Simple instructions, no scale. Yet again, really my biggest beef with this whole line of Star Wars model kits. Everybody else does it, like fine molds, you know. Everybody does it. Everybody does scaling. Revell does scaling for every other type of kits they make: tanks, military, you know, boats, jets, whatever. They just don't do it for Star Wars, and I don't know why. And I'm sure you can find them on the website. There's websites out there that have the scaling for these guys, but it just frustrates me. It's like, come on, man, just throw it on there. What's it gonna hurt? A couple little numbers. Do the math. But yep, that's the Rogue One kits from Revell. Snap Tight, Build and Play, Lights and Sounds, U-Wing Fighter, AT-ACT. But I think they're pretty cool. They're worth the money. They're worth, you know, I like them. I think they're pretty fun kits to build. My son likes playing with them, so that's the value in it. All right, thanks for watching.